Productions.
Yo, what's up? Welcome to Elm Street, another episode. I'm your boy, I'm your host, Money Elms, man. Man, I got some special friends, man, that stop by, talk a little shit, you know what I mean? Just have a good time, sip on some drinks, you know how we do it. But I'm gonna go ahead and introduce my guest, man, tonight, man. We got, go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
Oliver, OJ, 3 Amigos Entertainment.
All right.
Caesar, 3 Amigos Entertainment.
Yeah. Which my camera? All right, man. You already know what time is at Double M. Your boy me, Marty, representing that West Dino. You know what time it is. Elm Street. We holding it down. Yes, sir.
Already. Yeah, I like that. I like the introduction, man. That's cool, man.
Este viernes en el Parkway se presenta Renacimiento 74 y por si fuera poco, Ramón Ayala y sus Bravos del Norte.
Oh, ahí está. Take it away.
There you go.
You know what I mean? You got to get it out of the way.
Yeah.
So yeah, fellas. How was your trip over here?
It was good, man. Pinche tráfico de la chingada, güey, pero ya llegamos, gracias a Dios.
Hey, that 635, man, has been under construction for like
20 years.
Oh man, I mean, I can't wait till they get done with it.
Yes, sir.
And I noticed that they built another bridge leads to nowhere. You know what I mean? But shout out to the North.
The construction is necessary. It's good for the infrastructure. It's good for business. It's good for jobs. Let them, because it's pura raza that's working out there anyway.
That is true.
That's true. You know what I mean? But también, hey, it almost feels like we're in Cali with all that traffic.
Yeah,
oh, it's crazy. But that's everybody moving here, man. That's everybody moving to Dallas to Texas. That's what it is. They're coming from Cali and New York and everywhere else. So yeah.
Well, what I'm saying, if you're going to come to Texas, don't California my Texas. That's all I'm saying.
The liberals say.
That's what I'm saying. Now, you come over here and you want to transgender this right here, son of a bitch.
I'm messing with y'all.
Oh shit, man, we're gonna have some good time tonight. Watch, I can already see it.
He don't get out of the house much. So
hey man, I don't know what y'all put this. I was fine, and then vato, hey, ahí están los tragos ahí, güey. Diciendo de West Dallas, ya sabes cómo somos. There's drinks and then there's free drinks. So you know what time it is.
Hey, como dicen, hey, para que me invitan, ya saben cómo me pongo.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's him. This boy right here.
Yes, sir.
Hey, esa agua bendita.
But thank you for having us. Appreciate the invite.
Yeah, no problem, man. So I was like, Maddie, I was like, I think we're gonna bring you back, man. See what's going on.
Yes,
because I'm hearing stuff, around the city. So I was like, you know what is this? 3 Amigos talk. So
yes, sir.
So we're gonna get into that a little bit later. See what these guys, what they got going on, what they got cooking, and I'm pretty sure, what they got cooking is gonna be interesting. So
definitely,
yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So y'all, stay tuned. And but we're gonna jump into these trending topics, man. Let's get it right off the bat. Dallas Cowboys, baby.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I was just telling Oliver this. I know you're not too much of a Cowboy fan. That's all right. But
well, I'm just not a football fan, period.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Well, I think he has a point. We got our little message board, and there was this dude that was waiting in line, and this Cowboy player was getting out of his car, and he was yelling at him, Dak! And then he was saying, that's some sick shit. This nigga, he's over here saying, Dak! This is a grown man yelling after another grown man.
He was man crushing on the dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
I was like, okay, I understand that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the other side of it is, he's at all the boxing events. He spends, I don't know how much thousands of dollars going all the way to Vegas. I'm going to go see Canelo. I'm going to go see...
In his shorts. No, I have a point behind it. And if y'all want to hear my point?
Yeah. Right.
So boxers don't have next year, right? Like football teams, baseball teams. Yeah. Boxers have that moment right there to give it everything they got, because their next fight, they may not have one. That's the reason why I appreciate their.
But you're
craft.
still man crushing on.
No. I applaud their efforts and their goals, and most of these kids are coming from nothing, and they've built themselves into something. That's what I applaud.
Same as football players.
No, but the big difference. You're cheering for this guy today. Next year, he's on another team, and then you hate him. Big difference.
Yeah. You got a point there. But going back to the Cowboys,
He becomes a traitor.
yeah. They've had lopsided wins and lopsided losses. Either they win big or they lose big, like from the 49ers.
Yeah.
And I don't know when this is going to be out, but the game against the Seahawks, it was a close game. It was back and forth.
Yeah.
And I think that close win is going to help them grow. So I think Dak is playing good. He got a Latina baby mama. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So she's like, you better get on it. So so I think this is a different Dak, and I'm hopeful. I'm optimistic, and I think it's also good for the city. Just the way it's great for the construction, the infrastructure, good for jobs. It's good. It's good for Dallas.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I mean, you got to look at it even from a business standpoint. That Dallas Cowboys is the most expensive, profitable team in the world. Not the nation, but in the world.
Oh, yeah.
It's bigger than Manchester United, bigger than Real Madrid. And it's a guy that bought the team for $80 million or something like that back in 1989. So you got to look at it like, man, that's great. That's great. I love to have... Even though a lot of people hate on Jerry Jones, I love him as an owner.
Well, because when he fired Landry. I mean, you remember when he came in and he did all that?
First of all, you're a Chicago fan. You're from Chicago.
But I'm a football fan.
Te vale madres, güey. No empiezas con tus chingaderas.
But I'm from Chicago. I'm a Bears fan.
Oh, you're a Bears fan.
But I like football in general. I get on fantasy football teams and I do everything. Yeah.
Nobody's perfect. You're right. But this guy was born in Chicago. He's been here for the past 30 years. Every time we go somewhere, hey, where are you from? I'm from Chicago.
Hey, nah, you're no longer from Chicago, bro. Because I used to say, I'm from Cali, LA, West Coast, and they shut that shit down real quick. They're like, nah, you're not from LA no more. How long you been here? What, 94? Nah, hell no, you're from Texas. So the Texas, they claim me already.
My kids, everything are from here. Me, my wife was from here. Yeah. So everybody's from here.
You're Texan, bro.
Yeah.
So it's time to let it go.
Yeah, I think you're right. Maybe
it's okay. You can let it go.
Back to the Cowboys. Hold on, Jerry Jones.
There's room in that bandwagon if you want to jump in.
Get on in. I'm gonna wait first round of the playoffs, and then if I watch them though. I do watch them. As long as they don't play the Bears. They only play the Bears like every 2 years, 2-3 years they play the Bears, but not even in the same division. So it don't.
He was also hurt because the Mavericks are being sold. He was hurt about.
We have to get into
crazy.
That.
I can't believe Mark Cuban's son is a good share of it.
He is still going to do the daily operations. I think the bigger deal here is I don't think he's going to be the president. I don't think he's running for president.
That's what I heard.
But this young lady is a magnet for the casinos. Actually, her husband, who passed away, he was a guy that was like the pioneer in the Sands Casino. But she has $23-something billion. So I'm thinking this is a grand idea of having casinos here in Dallas.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to have a big ass casino, and Mark Cuban is going to be right in the middle of it. I mean, this guy, he's a smart guy.
Yeah.
So I think this has been in the works for a while.
But who's going to be against that? And the Indians and WinStar. They're not going to let that happen. They'll lobby against that. You know how much money they would take away from WinStar and Choctaw?
What does Oklahoma have to
do you
with
not
Texas?
realize that actually WinStar owns Lone Star Park now? Did you not know that?
No.
Yeah, they own it. They've been owning it for 5 years. So
there's off-track betting there?
Hey, I'm pretty sure they're going to invest and bring it over here too.
Probably.
So just so you know that. But
because if that was the case, Vegas would be a little bit pissed off of all these casinos, because
popping off everywhere.
You got Shreveport,
That's going to be hard to get that legislation passed, though, to get a casino in Dallas.
Money runs the show.
Yeah, they must know something we don't because they're making these moves.
Yeah.
But he's getting $3.5 billion, and he bought the team back in 2000 for $285 million. Wow.
It's a nice return.
Damn.
So that's pretty good.
That's good money.
I'd sell him too. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
because you want to.
Hey, well, they're also saying that he quit Shark Tank. Yeah. Also,
yeah.
So everybody's saying, is he sick or does he want to spend time with the family? And then that's the other one I heard was what you said, that he's thinking about running for president. The rumor.
Yeah, I don't think so because this lady, she is a conservative lady that actually gave a lot of money to Donald Trump. So for Mark Cuban to make this partnership with this lady, and she's a very right conservative that supports Donald Trump, I don't know how that would work. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, we're going to be in business together. You're gonna be the majority owner, but I'm going to run for president on the Democratic side because he's not a Republican.
Yeah, he's a liberal. He's a Democrat.
So, yeah.
He's a Democrat.
Well, business is business.
Yeah, that's the way I look at it. I mean, the dude's just trying to cash in, enjoy his life at this point. Like, why do you want problems? What do you want more problems? You already got so much damn money, you don't even know what to do with it anymore.
Yeah. But if he's still gonna have control, he's still gonna be the kind of the face of the Mavs. Hey,
I think it's a temporary phase out, though. I think it's just set up that way so people like him don't get butt hurt, right? When they're fading and you know, like the fans, oh my God, our dad left us, you know, that kind of thing. So I think it's a phase out.
I don't care, as long as they're winning, you know what I'm saying? As long as they're winning, I think, you know, Mark Cuban, he is a great owner. He's very passionate about the team. We're actually lucky to have him, but you know, sometimes change is good, and it doesn't mean that he's going to be out of it. I really don't think he's going to be out of it. I don't ever think he's going to be out of it. I think he's going to have this team for a long time, but in trade, he is going to also be somewhat of a majority owner of a hotel here in Dallas in the near future. Yeah, we'll see.
Well, he is a good owner. I remember when he first got the team, he would include a lot of Latino. He'd do all kinds of Latino nights. He'd always have, because we worked for Kick FM at the time, and he'd always get us involved. Like, come on, we have a Latino night. We have a Stereo Latino.
Yeah,
we have nothing but porra mexicana ahí. They're like at a soccer game chanting, and people would be like, "What are they saying? Ole, ole, ole!" It's a basketball game, right? But the DJ, the Stereo Latino DJ, get them crunked out, and they'd like it. They're like, "Hey, that's the excitement we want right there," you know.
Just another thing about Mark Cuban, his daughter was actually at a quinceañera, because I also do quinceañeras, weddings, ahí cuando quieren. Did a quinceañera, and she was actually standing up in the quinceañera, you know, which I think a lot of things that we have is a part of our culture. Maybe this might be another segment. But quinceañeras bring a lot of people together. Quinceañeras ain't what it used to be. I mean, we used to be like 20 years ago. The quinceañeras, you guys remember the ones we used to go to, where they used to be at the bingo,
at the convention center,
at the High Hole Ballroom. Now our people are expanding out. They're out there in the country, and they're bringing nothing but their white friends, and they come up to me. They ain't asking for Justin Bieber.
You trying to say they've been gentrified?
They've been gentrified. They're over there asking for, can you play some Wapongos? I'm like, what the heck's going on here? You know? And then here's Mark Cuban's daughter. Oh my gosh, my first quinceañera. This is great. so ahí ando la cantante, estaba bailando ahí. Yeah.
Put a peso pluma.
Sí, ahí estaba con el pelón del micrófono. Y luego ahí sale. Pero yes, it was it was good. So
it's interesting.
So we'll see what happens with the whole Mark Cuban deal, man. But them Cowboys, man. Back to them Cowboys, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, they're undefeated at home, just like the Texas Rangers.
Wow.
So
we're gonna see what happens there.
That's because of the easy schedule.
Easy schedule. Oh, he's one of those.
Yeah, he's one of those.
So, you know, it is what it is, man.
Sure.
But, you know, sticking to sports, man.
I guess the question that I have for you, if you don't mind me asking, is, you know, why isn't boxing as big as it is in California and in the Nevada state area?
Here in Dallas, you mean?
Yeah, because of the damn Cowboy fans.
No, it's big in San Antonio, but it's because Dallas always has something going on. Either they got basketball, hockey, football, baseball, soccer. You have so much competition in the sports level. But if you're out in the middle of nowhere, for instance, San Antonio only has basketball. So boxing does very well out there because they have no other, other types of entertainment. So that's the reason why. But there is a lot of boxing fans in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Oh, yeah.
But also boxing is very underpromoted here. So,
I mean, it's not one of the things like in Vegas or.
Sure. I mean, we've had big fights with at the Cowboy Stadium, where AT&T Stadium, with Jerry Jones doing those. That was Jerry Jones doing that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys knew that, but he's the one that bought those fights, made those fights happen. He just hasn't done it lately, maybe because Vegas is offering more money. But, I mean, he's brought some big fights where even in the cities like New York and LA, they're not even bringing those type of caliber fights.
I was at the Canelo fight when he fought the guy from the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
And they said in the big screen, this is the most attended fight in the history. And it was right there.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
It's so big.
You're talking about like 100-something thousand Mexicans drinking beer left and right. You know, Jerry Jones loves them Mexicans, man.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why when they've invited me to those fights like the AT&T, I'll go if we had like floor seats. But if you're sitting way up there, man, that place is just so big. It's not really built for like a boxing.
Yeah, but
you compare like the MGM.
See, this is what happens when you're not a true boxing.
The MGM.
This guy, he's speaking like, I want to see the fight.
People. Yeah, I want to see.
You go there, you feel the energy. You go to feel the energy, you hear the people, you get into it because of the way people are reacting to the fight. You know what I mean? That's
I can
what
feel
drives
the energy at my house.
He's at my house.
Wow. This mother.
Ain't a big screen.
No, but the energy is different in the MGM compared to Texas to AT&T.
How do you know? Have you been to the MGM?
No.
No, you haven't. So shut the fuck up. God.
Y tú, güey, que te gustan las viejas acá, bien, acá, güey, ahí están, güey.
Well, yeah, then maybe I
están
should
en la
go.
casa.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you got a point there. You got a point. But you just go, you look at this big old screen TV, and just like, damn. You know, but yeah, the atmosphere and the people there, I guess.
It's the vibe. You got to feel it. I'm telling you. It's the vibe.
Oh, well, the last time we went to that fight AT&T, I enjoyed it. We had a good time, but we were on the floor. It was cool.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
He wants to be VIP.
Yeah, he wants to be bougie and shit.
That was bad.
We
met a lot of boxers and stuff because everybody's there on the floor. We had Johnny Dang.
Yeah.
Johnny Dang is chilling, you know. It was pretty cool being on the floor watching a fight there.
Well, I can be on the floor. I can be up. I still feel the vibe.
No, you've never been up there
Yes, I have.
AT&T.
No, but in Las Vegas, I have.
Well, yeah, that's small
Because sometimes
stadium.
you can't get floor seats. And it doesn't matter if it's still up there at the top. So, you know what I'm saying? But the vibe is still the same. If you want to be out there, you know, kissing ass with everybody's down there, that's a different story. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just enjoying the fight.
Yeah, I'm networking.
That's
It's called network.
Nothing wrong with that. No.
Yeah. But anyway.
He's on his hustle.
Yeah, networking. For Amigos Entertainment.
He is
Trying to put it on the map.
He's a P. Diddy of the group.
Look, take that. Oh, shit.
He's already changed his name 3 times.
3 times.
OJ, Oliver Eagle, Olive Oil.
OJ Cervantes.
Aliases.
Man. Well, speaking of Puff, man. Man, all that crazy shit that's popping up right now all over the news, you know, social media.
All these rumors about the gay activity. You know what I'm saying? And he's telling her to look for escort services and look for black men with big black cocks. And then he specifically told this young lady, what's her name again? Cassie, that when you're doing this, we're going to film you, but make sure that your nails are white. That way, when you're holding the big black cock, you can see. I guess, I don't know, he's thinking on his producer, Steven Spielberg, mind while he's doing these videos in his sick mind. You know, this is great. And he would pleasure himself.
Now, is this based on hearsay or is this evidence?
This is from Cassie. Yeah.
Okay, but my understanding is that after her settlement, everything was sealed.
Yes, I mean, all of these things came up. The fact that
So
he would
it's
beat her up,
rumored.
but the fact that he would beat her up and all of these things.
I mean,
He works for a law office, so he's in
no,
there.
but hey, he paid her off.
No, but
paid the lawsuit off.
okay, so let's do this.
Let's analyze.
Let's analyze the situation because
Okay.
I work in a law office where we settle cases all day long. And there's some cases that you just don't want to defend because when you start breaking down the defense costs, you're like, you know what? It's just cheaper to get away. Just pay it, let it go away, right? And it doesn't necessarily mean an admission of guilt. You're just simply saying, you know what?
Cheaper.
It's cheaper. Just do away with it. Defense cost is going to cost us so much money. At the end of the day, we're probably going to still have to put some money on it. It's going to linger on the tabloids, on the news media, and it's going to basically bring me down character-wise. I'm going to lose endorsements. I'm going to lose sponsorship. So why not let it go away?
I mean, but it looks like that's what's happening right now anyway.
No, you're absolutely right. But I'm just saying that only because you paid somebody off, it's not necessarily an admission of guilt.
Well, let me just say this. She went to the police and she said everything that she needed to say. A statement, yeah. So the prosecutors, the state can actually pick it up. Yeah, even if he already paid the money.
Of course, you got civil and you have criminal. Yeah. Now, have they picked it up is the question.
I think that
they have not.
I mean, we're just waiting on that to pop up.
Sure. Now, if the prosecution, picks it up and then they build a case on it, then that's a whole different story. But as of right now, it's based on a civil situation and it's been sealed and there hasn't been any strong evidence to determine. You also got to remember that when you're at a level of a P. Diddy, you're going to have a lot of enemies. You're going to have a lot of people trying to bring you down. Because think about the guy, how much he's achieved in his time. And what is he really popular for? His lavish parties. His record company did very well. He had a lot of great artists. His biggest one was obviously Notorious B.I.G., right? And then he had a few others along the way. But his popularity, he made most of his money from Ciroc. He didn't make most of his money from his label. He made his other money from that other endorsement that he had. Oh gosh, he also had the media company Revolt. He had another,
which he is now stepped down.
Of course, he stepped down because it's the right thing to do.
Well, why did he step down?
Why not?
Because if you're getting guilty, he's guilty.
So you're one of those that you're thinking people are guilty before proven innocent.
Listen, brother.
So in the hood, are you guilty when you get pulled over first?
Okay, let me tell you this.
I'm just saying.
Like back in the day when we used to go to Rhythm Nation. The girl that you were talking to, you know what I'm saying? She would hug the bouncer, hug the other bouncer, hug the other bouncer, hug the other bouncer.
Hug Ernest before.
Hug Ernest. Hug Alan Hammer.
Okay.
The MC.
Get the point of all the
hugs. And she's telling you, I don't know why, but people think that they got this bad reputation on me, but I've never done those kind of things. I'm not that type of girl. And then you go to the restroom and you're like, hey, Nick, you seeing Maria? Oh, man. She gives the best blowjobs.
Okay.
What are you going to say? No, that's not true.
It depends on who's analyzing the blowjob. It might not be a good blowjob to me. It might be a good one for you. Oh. Is it not true?
Brother.
I'm just saying. What if I had better?
It's like dashiki. It's like dashiki. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing everybody's talking about because you got Ja Rule, you got rumors of Ja Rule and P. Diddy, and the security is saying that he saw both of them naked.
Okay. So now let's touch on that a little bit. Even whatever their sexuality is, right? How does it affect his business life?
Well, this whole thing is just the fact that there has been domestic violence here, that he would beat her up, and there's pictures
sexual abuse.
Of her getting beat up.
Okay, but she's a grown adult, right? Is she not?
Yeah, but this is a woman that pretty much is kind of like a Tina Turner deal. It's like
that's based on assumption. Though.
It's like she has been oppressed all of these years
based on assumption.
And what it was is, here's a video that I have of you doing this. So he was blackmailing her.
Okay, so when Kim Kardashian was getting banged by...
Now, wait just a second.
Wait, I'm just saying.
You don't talk about my ex-girlfriend.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
I'm just making a point. How come that was no abuse? How come that was... When she got banged by... What's his name?
Ray J.
How come that wasn't abuse? How come that was?
Because it was consensual.
Because the mom was behind it.
The mom was behind it.
Okay, but see, that's
I didn't like the first one.
That's based on assumption too. How do we know she wasn't abused? How do we know she? What I'm trying to say is that when you are at a certain magnitude a certain status level, the people are going to try to bring you down no matter what. And these women are fucking ratchet as fuck, and they're looking for a payday. Sorry to say it, but it is what it is.
This Casa Amigos is starting.
How come they didn't have? How come these people didn't come out before? P. Diddy has been P. Diddy for decades. Why are they all of a sudden all coming out? Just like they did Bill Cosby. What happened with Bill Cosby?
It goes all the way back to Clive Davis. Clive Davis had a gentleman that was working under him, and that same gentleman had P. Diddy working under him.
I heard about that.
Okay? And if you know this guy, Clive Davis, oh my God, there's crazy stories about the industry.
Dirty.
I mean, you're talking about Illuminati type shit. You know what I'm saying? But you know, if you want to say this guy's innocent and proven guilty, and the whole block and everybody named Mama,
let's rephrase this
guy.
And I'm never.
Let's go to a P. Diddy party. Y a ver qué pasa.
Okay, but you're basing it. You're saying guilty, but he hasn't been charged with any crime. So what is he guilty of?
He's guilty of beating up this woman.
Has he been charged with that crime?
And he's guilty of asking for guys with big black cocks.
Is there a crime in that?
Well,
that's just sexual preference.
Yeah.
Hey, they said he was he threatened to blow up what's his name's car.
But was he charged for it?
No,
that would be a terroristic threat. Why is he not charged for it then?
And that's the other thing.
Everybody's scared of Diddy.
He was involved in the whole thing.
Biggie
of Biggie Smalls and Tupac. They were actually friends. Y este güey empezó su desmadre.
Okay, but has he been charged for it? Then there's no evidence.
I hate when you have your lawyer suit on.
Listen, I'm just being realistic. Like, we can all base it. Like, you know what?
I mean, it's only a matter of time. You know, it's like the R. Kelly situation. Oh, you know, the allegations first came out about the Piss on Me video, and then, you know, it kind of got swept under the rug. Mm-hmm. But then guess what? That same shit later on ended up biting him in the ass.
That's kind of what my opinion is on that too. And that's why I think P. Diddy did the wrong thing when you start paying people off. Like, I think R. Kelly too paid them off, and it seemed like to get worse. Right after the payoff is when things just spiral out of control, because they're like, oh yeah, there's a payday here. You know, he done paid them off. Well, how come I didn't get paid off? I got done the same way. And so all these people start coming out the woodworks.
The thing is, I mean, again, you know, and I mean, I'm sure things are going to unravel. There's always going to be some. I mean, think about it. The guy's a famous dude, got all this money. He's bored as fuck. Of course, he's going to be banging some chicks. Who's not going to do that shit?
No, he's banging guys.
Well, whatever the fuck, guys, girls, whatever.
So you're telling me that you're gonna be a billionaire, and you're gonna have a lot of money, and you're gonna be bored, and then you're gonna say, no, mejor me gusta el popote.
That's his preference. That's his preference.
Have you ever had your ass licked by a man?
No, but he has.
Oh shit! What the hell's going on here?
What kind of show is this?
That's the only time he lies.
Okay, don't send me that.
We talk about ass. This guy right here.
Is it when it happened? He was like,
Y'all crazy. It's crazy. We had this whole ass conversation yesterday. We were talking about licking ass. Anyway, it's crazy. I know.
Moving on.
It's because we're old schoolers. We weren't used to that. Hey, y'all new schoolers, y'all youngers, kids, y'all into that. And us old school guys, we grew up, you know, very.
What's going on here?
Oh, like guys with your girlfriend, this and that. The younger girls are into that. I mean, I don't, you know, us old school guys, we didn't grow up in that era. There was no licking ass.
Yeah. It never happened to me. I have a grano back there since the 8th grade. That shit ain't gone away. So. Yeah,
I won't be judging you guys, you know.
But
that's funny. Oh, but yeah. Anyway, going back to P. Diddy.
Yeah, we're living in a society of social media. You know, like any of these guys, even if it's on the professional level, I mean, they're gonna get caught, man. I mean, it's crazy, but you know, you got Dak Prescott, who had his girlfriend for about 2.5 years.
Go Cowboys.
Yeah. And then broke up with her and then got with his girl. And then, by the way, she's already pregnant. So it's like...
She knew what she was doing?
So it's like, is it love or is it more of...
It's interest. It's interest.
You know what I'm saying? So
you know,
people are trying to get paid. I'm not mad at them, right?
Bang.
yeah. Like I did this thing at Ojos Locos, and the girls, we did this Miss Ojos Locos contest, and most of the girls were like looking for an older man with money. I was like,
sugar
damn, ni te da vergüenza, cabrona. You know, it's like right away. Like if this guy right here, Oliver, would walk into Ojos Locos, it's like that's the guy. You know, they don't look at the guys the way they used to. Like I want a good guy, a church-going guy, un hombre respetuoso, amable. Que sea buena gente, they don't give a damn.
Un tóxico con billete.
Sí, ese sí. And if you got a F-150 like him, then ya chingaste.
Troqueando que.
Ladies, sí. Oliver is available.
It is what it is, but you can't be mad at the dynamic of what it is. But part of that too, though, is young men now not being young men. They're little young bitches now. Like if you analyze it, most young men now, they want to split the tab. They want to do a lot of things that women do. So what happens in that circumstance?
It women seems like the world has been reversed.
Exactly.
Females acting like men.
They're alphas now. Yeah. And the men are the feminists.
Yeah.
I heard some guys are going out with girls and asking, so what do you bring to the table? Asking the girls. Like, what do you bring to the table? That's embarrassing.
I mean, so that's the other thing. One of the things that I never got used to, and you know, when I've gone out to whatever dinners, and I see couples, I'll see them all in love and shit, and then all of a sudden I see the waiter or waitress bring 2 tabs. It's like, what the? They're splitting that shit.
Millennials.
It's just a different game, you know. And then not just that, they all want to know what they contribute, you know, financially. And if you base it on financial, then you're not going to ever be successful because you're only seeing what they bring from a material perspective, not from an interior perspective. So it's just my outlook.
It's different now, nowadays.
Yeah. So, Team Diddy or Team Cassie?
I say, to me, you know, I do believe in innocent until proven guilty, but I do see him sort of like a narcissist, you know.
The dude's made it. Why wouldn't he be a fucking narcissist?
He's a narcissist, no doubt about it. But I think that if I'm looking out for women out there that have been exposed and they feel like it's hard for them to come out because they've been beaten up by P. Diddy, then justice must be served.
Then let's add something to that. Then you know what? Don't take the money. Just file charges. Don't take the money. That's fucking disgusting. Then at that point, if you're taking the money, doesn't that make you a fucking prostitute? No, don't take the money. Yes. Don't take the money. Just file charges. That's it.
Yeah, but it's just like, it's como te digo.
Compensation. Por el madrazo.
You do a lot of cases with $1 million, you know,
I understand.
Fatalities,
I'm just speaking.
Car wrecks, you know what I'm saying? If somebody got hurt, they're going to get hurt in a car wreck. All their expenses are paid for, but what about all the mental anguish that you go through? That has a price. Okay. You know, I've gotten into car wrecks so many times, man. I be driving and I feel like my PTSD, like, oh shit, about to happen right now.
Okay. Now let me throw something else in there. It depends if they did it accidentally or if they did it intentionally because they were intoxicated, right? So when somebody's intoxicated and they crash into you and you're like, oh, fuck them. I want them to go to jail. I want them to get DWI. But if they're accidental, you're a little more forgiving, right? That's all I'm saying.
Okay. But this
Cassie was a DWI.
Yeah, this woman got her ass whooped.
So your team
allegedly.
Cassie. So your team Cassie. Team
don't get me wrong. Right? I do believe that they're, you know, like case in point, Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. They're like, all right, we're gonna do this. Let's do this. You bring everything you got and I'll bring everything I got. And I'm glad that she got exposed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
I'm glad that was out there like that. But in this case, you know, I mean, this is like, this would be like, if everything is the way it's supposed to be going, this is like the Jeffrey Weinstein.
Let me ask you a question. If somebody raped you and beat the shit out of you. No, it's just a question.
Ahora sí,
if somebody raped you, beat the shit out of you.
Se me está parando.
Okay. Would you take the money or would you file charges if you were really that mad at them?
Hey, for the embarrassment.
I think that for Cassie, In this case,
No, I'm talking about you. I'm not talking about Maddie.
Piénsale bien.
Okay, first of all,
It depends. How
Hey,
much
think
time
about it.
has gone by.
Yeah, I take the money, but I tell people about it in the hood, like, don't trust him.
That's exactly my point.
No.
That's exactly my
No,
point. That's
no,
fancy right there.
no,
It
That's
just
fancy
depends on
speaking.
how long it happened. Like if it had just happened fresh, like 2 days ago,
Yeah.
I think she would have filed charges. But if this, how long ago was this?
This
that
was
she
an
said?
ongoing thing. Why was it a problem until now? Because she knew what time it was. She was trying to get.
She was being manipulated.
She was scared.
A lot of women are being manipulated. When men in that power, when men have that much power,
Yeah.
first you get the power, then you get how does it go?
She
Molly?
still went for it. She still went for
She
it.
got the money.
Oliver,
They
why
got
don't you
the
tell
power.
about the part where you got raped and you had 16 stitches in Folsom State Penitentiary by some guy named Little Puppet? Tell him.
Damn.
Yeah, no, it was Juliet State Prison in Illinois. Juliet, Illinois. No,
It was Leroy.
No, I think part of it is true, and I don't think all of it is true.
Yeah.
And it's what can be proven. But
Hey, we'll see what happens with that, man. I mean, sooner or later the truth's gonna come up.
The truth is going to come out. Todo sale.
Yeah.
Todo sale.
If it's justice, we'll see him be on bars like R. Kelly. If not, then he'll still be running around doing what people
doing his thing.
Like everything comes out. Like even now, look at the Tupac killer.
Yeah.
That dude that
Yeah,
killed
but
Tupac.
he told on himself.
Yeah.
He
But-
did.
yeah.
It'll come out.
I mean,
he'll tell on himself when he gets older.
It's
He'd be like,
actually,
hell yeah, I did that.
There's one guy that you cannot argue about, and that's 50 Cent. 50 Cent. That guy right there hates P. Diddy. You're following my Instagram?
He's funny.
Every day he's talking about P. Diddy. I mean, this dude is like, he has videos of P. Diddy with his pants all the way down. He has video of him spanking Jay-Z's ass from the back. So, he's exposing him pretty bad.
Yeah.
Damn.
A ver qué pasa.
Está cabrón.
Yeah, them guys already introduced themselves, but we're gonna get a little brief history on each one of them, and then see how they got together, combined forces, and doing what they doing now. So let us know a little bit of something about yourself, Oliver, that they might not know.
Yeah, I moved here from Chicago a long time ago, but I've been here in Dallas. Started DJing and met Mowdy. Mowdy got me into Kick FM and started DJing at these small clubs where Players is now.
Yeah.
It used to be called Club Ace back in the day.
Yeah.
So started DJing there, Ladies' Choice, stuff like that. But also started doing concerts. I did a lowrider car show back in the late 80s in Oak Cliff, right there on the corner of Illinois and Cockrell Hill. It was late 80s. Whenever it was
God
90s.
damn.
Yeah.
It was 90s, man.
No, it was late. It was like 89, 90.
Dude, you were like 13 years old.
No, man, I wasn't. Anyway. So I did that and then started doing some concerts in the mid-90s at the Bronco Bowl Canyon Club. That's where I met Caesar.
Yeah.
We did a car show together at the Bronco Bowl. And then we started bringing these acts into the Canyon Club. Usually we do like a teen show type of thing, right?
Wow.
And we knew Mowdy as well. He'd help us out, get us connects with the different artists, stuff like that. But that's pretty much how we met and how we started.
They were the first ones to bring NB Riders back in the day.
Oh, back in the day.
NB Riders, Little Troy. We did also some Artist Square stuff. We were the first ones to actually do. It was called Latin Flavor Dance Festival. Okay. Before KNON started.
Pendejos had a chance to get in sync, but they were like, no, they don't sound good.
We did. Yeah, we did. Yeah, before NSYNC blew up. But tell them the stories, Easy.
Well, they came at us and said, hey, you guys want to bring these guys, $15,000. And we're like, okay. Because back then the Bronco Bowl had a mini arena. It had like a 3,500 seat arena.
Yeah.
And they said, hey, these kids are going to do big, And we're like, well, we don't even know who they are. And we like, nah, we're not going to pay the $15,000, Let's just, we don't know who they are. We didn't want to take a chance on them.
Yeah.
And we had our thing going over here. Man, one day we get there and there's a line out the damn door and all these little white girls and shit way out there. And
Line
like,
out the door.
God damn, what the hell's going on today? They're like, remember that band that you guys didn't want to get? And we're like, yeah, NSYNC. Yeah, they're right here. They sold out.
Wow.
And they sold out they sold out so much money in merchandise. I mean, it was something on another level. And then after that, they came to the Texas Stadium, which was where the Cowboys played. Well, the lady that locked them in, she ended up getting the whole Texas tour. Locked them in.
Yeah, she was here from Dallas. She
capitalized.
Oh, yeah. But guess what? After that, there was 98 Degrees.
Yeah.
Backstreet Boys, they were all under the same company. She had the lock on all of them.
Wow.
That's where we got
Pendejos.
Yeah, but no.
Lesson learned.
Yeah, no, but we were the first ones to bring Little Troy.
Yeah.
When that song "Wanna Be a Baller" was coming out, we brought him to Artist Square. We brought Black Rob.
Black Rob,
yeah. That was a bad boy artist.
So that was the last bad boy artist you got?
Yeah, I remember he came. He had a.
By the way, Black Rob wanted to kick his ass.
Wow. Black Rob was on probation. He wasn't even supposed to be here, and he flew. He flew to Texas for that show.
And he stole the 40-ounce beer, I remember.
Man, we were driving in West Dallas. I took him to some clubs. I took him to Roxy's Club, the Mix, the Mix, one of those clubs.
Big D's Club back in the day?
No, it was Roxy. I didn't take him to Big D's Club. It was called the Remix or something in the West End. So I took Black Rob over there, and this and that, and it was 2:00. We were driving back in the van. He goes, "Hey, stop at the gas station. I got to get something to drink." All right. So we stopped at the gas station in West Dallas, right off of I forgot what street.
It was Continental and
Continental. Yeah. There we go.
Anyway,
Riverfront.
Get to the point.
So he gets out to get something to drink. Next thing you know, him and his partner are jumping back in the van with a 12-pack of beer, saying, "Go, go, go!" They went and sold beer. It's past 2:00. And I'm like, "Dude, what are y'all doing?" And I took off. I'm like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Dude, y'all don't got to do that. I know a guy, a bootlegger, right down the street.
Yeah,
we could have gotten beer, cheap. Like you ain't got to do that. Get us caught up." And the show was the next day.
Damn.
It's like, man, these dudes are crazy.
Yeah. That was a funny moment. And then the next day it rains like a son of a bitch, right? And then and so we're like, we're going to cancel the show.
We canceled the show.
It's too much rain. Well, old boy wanted to get paid for the remaining half, right?
Yeah.
But we're like, hey, you're not going to perform. It's raining. So he wanted to beat his ass.
He didn't want to beat.
Funniest shit ever.
Dude,
cool. I was at Artist Square, right?
He was like,
I'm
whoa.
There, and we're putting shit up because we're like, all right, cancel the shit.
Cancel the show.
And like 30, 40 deep South Dallas dudes show up with this guy, man.
At Artist Square.
At Artist Square. And it's just like 6 Mexicans, right? And they're like, hey, where's Oliver? I'm like, he ain't here, And they're like, man, you better tell me where he's at. And I was like, dude, he ain't here. You know what I'm saying? And we're not even talking about big money. This was only like $5,000, but half of that was $2,500. It was big money. But he rolled up there with a whole posse of motherfuckers, and I was like, dude, like I don't know where he's at. You know what I'm saying? If you want to do some shit, like let's just do it. You know what I mean? And anyway, he just looked at me a couple times, and then he's looking for him. He's like, well, tell him to call me, like trying to be. In front of his boys. I guess he was telling them that he was going to put them on with P. Diddy or something. That's why they were backing him up.
Yeah.
But it was all South Dallas that came at me, man. I was like, God, they were looking for this guy.
That was a good show.
The realest.
Yeah, that was a good show, man. It got canceled. It rained. Yeah. It was Black Rob, Rodney O, Joe Cooley. Who else? Laz, and there was quite a few. Yeah. But we were excited to see Black Rob. Man.
No, say he wanted to kick your ass.
Don't forget that.
Then we did a concert in downtown City Hall.
Yeah.
And we brought the Cumbia Kings, Ramon Ayala, some other ones. And same thing, Selena's dad was going to whip his ass. Let's talk about that. Yeah, let's talk about that. Selena's dad was going to whip his ass. Selena's dad is a motherfucker. Yeah. He was like straight up, you better pay me my money. And the same thing, it had rained. So we were going to cancel it. But he was expensive, dude. For back in the day, it was like early 2000s. They were charging $40,000.
Damn.
And that's not, that's big money. So we gave him 20 up front. All right, look, it rained. You really don't have to perform if you don't want to. Ramon Ayala had already came. We paid him all his. Ramon Ayala back at that time was about $20,000. We paid him, and he put on a good show. We had a good time, but there wasn't that many people. It had rained, and it's like, hey, look, there ain't that many people here. You could just keep the rest of the money and it'd be done. No. But he still ended up performing, and we ended up paying him $30,000.
We gave him $10,000 more.
$10,000 more.
Just to set the record straight, I mean.
Oh, he wanted to whip your ass.
He wanted your head on the platter.
Man, he would have got the business that day.
No.
I was a lot younger.
Damn, el puro negocio.
No, I'm just saying. I was a lot younger.
You used to be with the AV boys.
But, at the same time, I'm going to respect my elders. You know what I'm saying? He was an old cat. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to, like, dude, I'm going to let him vent. I'm going to let him talk shit. Yeah. At the end of the day, I already know that he was a dog that was going to bark, that wasn't going to bite. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I just let him be. And then, all right, go ahead. And then he took the 10 grand, shut the fuck up, and performed.
Yeah.
Because he saw it wasn't that many people out there. There's maybe 1,000 or 1,500 people. But the weather was bad. It rained. And so from then, we learned our lesson. No more outdoor events.
But another lesson, I was there to face him. He wasn't there to face Black Rob.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's the difference.
Dude, I went to the store. I just went to the store. I was going to be right back.
Because I went to the store.
Right?
I was going to be right back.
I'm from Chicago.
What do you say? Put a Latin King.
Should shout out my Latin Kings. Yeah.
He's actually from a suburb. I'm from Bensonhurst.
Hey, so give us a little brief on you, man.
Born and raised here in Dallas. Grew up in West Dallas. Dropped out in the 8th grade, Stockard Middle School. And, it was one of those deals where you grow up in the neighborhood where, the expectation of you being successful is either limited to drug dealing or something illegal. It's usually that's the case, right? And so you get caught up in that shit. I got caught up in the drug game there for a minute, and then before you know it, started running Dallas there for a little while, right? And then get caught up after a while. People are gonna hate you. People are gonna put the finger on you. So I get busted, whatever, and then I go through my whole, I guess you can say, rehabilitation period, right? And then in that time, I used to have a shitload of friends at that time. I would roll deep than a motherfucker. Anywhere I went, it'd be 20, 30, 40 of us, anywhere. Well, once I got caught up, I was standing by myself. You know what I'm saying?
And just wait a second. Yoey?
You were in the club working.
You're busy working.
Yeah.
He was at 25.
Yeah, pretty much. And so the thing is that when you're there, you're facing everything. You're facing it by yourself. See, a lot of people want to be drug game guys, want to be bosses. I've been there. I did the whole cartel shit. I did all that shit. Nah, it's really a big farce. Yeah, the best way that I can describe it, because once you're there and then when it's time to do some cartel shit, you don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody wants to be hard, they want to be badasses, but
they want to have the money and everything.
When it's time, you can't question a damn thing. It's time. You know what I'm saying? So once you get out of that life and you start to become a normal person, one of the biggest things for me was once I got out of that life, I had no skill set. I had no education. Right? I dropped out in the 8th grade. My first job was getting paid $8 an hour when I was making $70,000 a week. Right? And I'm like, what the fuck? $8 an hour? Yeah. And I'm getting yelled at. I showed up 2 minutes late one time and I get yelled at for that shit. And I'm like, dude, I was a boss. What the fuck am I doing here?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can go back to that life easily. But it was so tempting. I had plenty of opportunities to go back to that life and I chose not to. Right? I just kept winging it. And with time, with trial and error, and one of the things that is most people, when they fail, they stop, they quit. They say to themselves, you know what? I tried it, I failed. I'm going to go back to what I used to do. Right? But you have to remain consistent and you have to remain, and you have to believe in yourself mainly. Because through failure, you're still learning. You're still learning. And most people don't realize that every failure still has some value with it. And anyway, through that time and all that transitional of failing, finally started winning, right? And through the grace of God and everything, getting through, because I shouldn't probably be alive today, right? Yeah. But the point is that, excuse me, here we are, whatever, 20 some years later, I have a shitload of businesses now. Mm-hmm. And we're definitely already crossing into the 8 figures. So we're good now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's all legit. But it's things that where people tell you that you can't do it or that you can't, you're not good enough. Mm-hmm. It's bullshit. I'm an 8th grade dropout, but I have doctors and lawyers working for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's kind of my point. And anyway, that's been that was my upbringing. And this is where we're at today. And now we're growing into different ventures, different diversified businesses. Mm-hmm. And this is why I decided to invest with these guys, because they're my day ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've known Oliver Actually, I haven't known Mowdy first. I've knew him since I was a teenager, and he saw my whole life as it's been transitioning. Oliver came in later after I was pretty much out of the game and everything. And then he and I hooked up because I didn't like the guy when I first met the guy. I hated this because this guy's the one that said, hey, you need to hook up with this guy, because I was doing concerts and stuff, right? Yeah. And he's like, man, you need to hook up with him. He's a good guy and this and that. But I was like, man, that guy's an ass kisser. He's everywhere, whatever. I don't like the dude. And then he introduced us, and then
I was networking.
Yeah, he was networking.
And then we kicked it off, and we started to get along, and we became really good friends, you know. And so, and then with Mowdy, you know, I had to save his ass a couple of times from getting his ass whooped too.
From getting shot by his brother.
Oh my God. But anyway, the point is that we became close over time, and things that the best way that I can describe it is it's a brotherly thing. You know what I'm saying?
So almost got asking about Black Rob, Quintanilla, and his brother, Caesar's brother.
Caesar's brother almost shot you.
Shit. No, but so now you have joined forces.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And y'all call each other the
Three Amigos.
Three Amigos Entertainment.
Yes, Three Amigos Entertainment. Ya, muy pronto el corrido de los tres amigos. Okay. No. Yeah, no, so that's exactly what it's been. I think, in a nutshell, you know, I think what's wrong with a lot of us is that we're all first generation, parents from Mexico. So our expectations as kids were like, well, if you graduate, then that's more than what we have done. You know what I'm saying? If you just get a job and stay in that job and just work your way up in the corporate ladder, then you be successful. If you get a house and just get out of the hood, that's even more successful, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that having that mindset, I think that's it's kind of like the Achilles heel of our people. And the system is unfortunately set up that way.
Yeah.
Not just for Hispanics, but for everyone.
Yeah.
And I think we've all grown. I think that, meeting Caesar way back in those days, I mean, my mom always had the rosario in her hand. You know, she was like, just make sure that Mowdy hangs around with somebody good. And then here comes Caesar, and he came from a great family, you know, but unfortunately, when he would pick me up in his Mercedes-Benz, I wanted to get some food, and he was always paying. But there was some circumstances behind it. We would always make like 5 stops before we get to the restaurant. I don't know where the hell we were at. We were at Love Field one day, North Dallas the other day, and he would always open up the trunk of his car and the hood of his car, and it would always go to the battery. And I was in the car waiting for him to do what he needed to do. And I was like one of those girlfriends, like, why are you doing this? You need to stop. But then later we'd be shopping and going out to eat, like, ugh, but this is so good. You need to stop. For real though. Be eating that food, right?
Tomorrow.
Yeah. But, you know, I was his accomplice, so I'm still waiting for my money on that. Anyway, but I think that was the mindset, you know, growing up in the hood. I mean, you know, my mother, and she wanted to come to the States because she didn't want that cartel life, because she's from like Culiacán, Sinaloa.
Yeah.
And, like, my uncles used to work with Rafael Caro Quintero. I mean, like the big dogs over there. You know what I'm saying? So she didn't want that life over here. And I was like, Mom, I'm sorry, but where do you think the drugs are coming? They're coming here. And I'm in West Dallas, next to the crackheads, the prostitutes, the dope dealers, you know, all the violence. And then here comes Caesar. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, I get into the entertainment business, and then I meet Oliver. And then here we are 20 years later, and we're like, you know what? You guys have worked corporate America. You guys worked your way up. Caesar has done an amazing job as a business owner, having all these businesses. And just recently, just a good example. We're bringing in little Susie. They bring me in as a host, and here's the host, me, Maori, and then I have this great platform that I have thanks to the radio, the TV throughout the years, and here I am as a host, but they're really using me. It's like corporate America again. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So Caesar's like, brother, you should have a percentage. And that's the same thing that happened when I was at DMX. When I was at 2551, all those clubs you gone to, it's like I was always there, rocking it, promoting it. But I always getting just this much, and that was it. Yeah. So I think that he pretty much switched my mindset of having an entrepreneur mindset. And that's something that we should all have. Yeah. Why is it that Mr. Johnson is in the truck and the AC and all the Mexicans are working outside in chinga? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because we as people, we take a lot of pride in our work. We want to do it and we know how to do it. We want to do it because we don't want nobody else to do it because we take a lot of pride in it. That's great. But the gringo will say, okay, that's great. We need more people like you. I'm going to get 5 people like you, and then you're going to have 5 crews. And guess what? I'm going to make all the money, and you're going to get the scraps. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's exactly what this man has done. He has been more of a coach, of a delegator, of saying, I'm going to find 5 leaders that are going to handle my 5 businesses. But I'm not going to just pay them an hourly rate. I'm going to pay them like they are all owners. Then that way they put more into it. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much the mindset of our company of 3 Amigos Entertainment, is that the Hispanic population is grown astronomically. So why is it that we have to go through all of these people that are making the money off of us? Why not us make the money and put the money back in the community and grow the community?
Well, analyze it. Most of the grocery stores that are Hispanic driven are actually not owned by Hispanics. No. They're owned by Arabs. Yeah. And you have a lot of these other businesses in the hood that are not owned by Hispanics. And why is that? It's because we don't believe in ourselves and we don't think we're smart enough to do it. And the reality is that when you really start to apply yourself, you're going to surprise yourself. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that's basically my, how I see things now. So what I did is I came at them and I said, guys, let's just do a promotional company. Why not? And I said, let's just be all equal partners. Mm-hmm. Now you get percentages. You know what I'm saying? You're no longer working for somebody. You're doing it for yourself. Mm-hmm. And that's where we're at today. So.
Okay. So that's what it is. And we want to be able to not just be a promotional company that's going to bring in an act once a year. We want to be able to be a company that's going to grow into a company that is going to be world known. That's going to be where we're not just handling groups that are just going to be here in Dallas-Fort Worth. We want to be able to go to if we go to Mexican OT and if he's going big, we want to say, hey man, we want to grow with you. You're a Latin artist. We're a Latin promotional company. We want to be able to open up a worldwide tour with you. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Why not? Why not think big? Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Take them all over the country. And, but so what we got going on right now is Spring Love 2024 in April.
Spring Love?
Spring Love.
Yeah.
Spring Love.
He keeps confusing the damn thing with Spring Jam. But it's Spring Love 2024.
Spring Love 2024, April 13th at the Curtis Caldwell Center in Garland. So this type of concert has never been done in Dallas. They do it in San Antonio a lot. They've done it in other places, but nobody's ever taken that risk here. Mm-hmm. So the artists we have, they've always done them in clubs or done them outdoors, festivals, but never in an indoor arena. You could sit down. Well, the headliner is going to be Stevie B. Stevie B's freestyle. very popular in Brazil. He hasn't been here in 15 years. Wow. That guy has not been here. And there's a reason, because he's expensive and nobody wants to take that risk. Yeah. He goes to San Antonio. He sells out the shows. He sells out 5,000 to 8,000 people arenas, right? In their freestyle show they do there. A guy named Bobby D does those shows. Okay. He's from California, promoter, and he does stuff. Bobby D. I like the promoter Bobby D, man, California. He's a real smart guy. Bobby
he's
D
networking.
That dude's a really smart guy, man. He started
Bobby D.
He started with nothing. Also, he started like at the bottom and started doing these concerts. Anyway, so that's the concert we got coming up with.
So who's all on the?
Who we got
on the card? We got Stevie B, we got MB Riders, Frankie J, Baby Bash, Raquel, Raheem the Dream, and
Lighter Shade of Brown.
Okay, and Frankie J.
So it's an event that, you know, at the same time we also wanted to bring something that was for our genre, right?
Yeah.
Because it's actually a genre that's kind of lost, and what I mean by that is you guys currently have really gone more toward the hip hop culture, right? And then you also have the paisas that are more in the Mexican, the hardcore regional Mexican, right? Even the younger cats nowadays are in that. But back in our day, we were in the middle. We didn't necessarily have Spanish music. We had Tejano, but there was still another genre of music on the English side that catered to the Chicanos, which was freestyle. And that's still a genre that's still alive and still is marketable and still is profitable. And that's what we're trying to take advantage of. So
I'm going to tell you like this, like Stevie B, the last time he was here was back at DMX with us back in the day, back in like 2005. And I think if you really look at it, 20 years ago, our people were going to nightclubs to see these artists. And if you can pay, and this is, you know, really sad, you can pay $150, $200 to go see a Karol G. You can pay $600, $800 to go see a Bad Bunny, right? But here is 8 artists that you grew up with, that you have in your Spotify playlist over and over, you know, and you got 8 artists, and the average ticket price is going to be $100. And it's going to be not at some nightclub, not at some outdoor festival. This is going to be indoor at a very state-of-the-art amphitheater called the Colwell Center with top state-of-the-art sound, lights, LEDs. I mean, there's not going to be any way for us to cut corners on the production. Yeah. We want people to have a great experience and know that, hey, these guys are not just one of those companies that are like, it's just our people, so we'll get away with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's a certain amount of respect that we want to give to our people, and it's something that we want to make sure that, you know, as promoters, we can look at it like, you know, it's our people, so we're only gonna invest $5,000 on the sound, a couple of speakers, and then, you know, we'll make more money. And the heck with them, we already got them in there. I mean, you're talking about how much is the production? Just to say?
No, it's about $55,000 just in sound and production alone.
The other part is that the majority of the people that grew up in the hood, they're no longer in the hood. They moved. Yeah. And so they've gentrified themselves. So why not gentrify our own genre? Yeah. And at the same time, not all of us want to go see acts or performances in the hood anymore, or in places where we feel unsafe. So we wanted to bring it to a venue that we feel is very nice, very secure, and also that's going to put it in a different platform. You know what I'm saying? That's going to give it a whole different level of respect.
Okay.
And all age event too. All age events. So mamas, daughters, daddies, daughters, the whole family, tios and tias. I mean, these are like timeless songs. You know, Frankie J, Lighter Shade Brown. I don't know when is probably the next time you're going to be able to see all 8 bands under one roof like this.
And at a place where all the seats are good seats too. This is the type of stage I love going to these type of concerts where it's cozy like that. You know, I don't go. You go to Texas Stadium and you got to go look at the TV screen. No, not a. This is small. You know, you can just. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Yeah.
There's also suites available. You those VIPers, you know, y'all want to do it big. We got suites, bottle service, everything. They got everything in there. It's nice. Yeah, really nice.
Boom. So if we can do a little thing here on this show right here, right now, you can go ahead and get 2 tickets. We want to give away 2 tickets.
Why don't we give out more than 2?
More than 2?
Yeah, let's give out like 6.
6 tickets.
Okay.
6 tickets. That's like the whole family. You know what I'm saying? We're going to leave it to Elm Street, however way you want to give it. You know what I'm saying? You know, we can put it on this platform here, and you can do a tag, a like, share this page, and then you can do a little raffle on it, however you want.
Yeah.
You know?
And also, you got to support this guy because, you know, he's the voice. He's putting this program together to reach out to you guys and at the same time to support people like us that are just trying to make it. So thank you for having us too.
No, no problem, man.
We appreciate you, man.
You know,
we appreciate you. I think that the sky's the limit on this. I think that this being our first show is a way for us to have the people to be able to know that, you know, we want to also be very active in the community.
Which we have been. We've done a lot of back to school events.
A lot of back to school events. We're going to be able to hire a lot of people in the Garland area to be able to work this event. And of course, the artist, everything that comes from the marketing aspect of this. We're also planning on not just these type of shows, but we're looking at regional Mexican. We're looking at top 40. We're looking at everything and anything.
Country, hip hop, the whole 9. We're not going to limit ourselves to one genre.
Yeah, sky's the limit.
Yeah. So more music.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited, man. I'm excited for y'all guys, man. You know, wish y'all the best success on everything y'all doing, man. And hey, my casa is tu casa. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Likewise. Likewise.
I would just like
hey, no
I'm
te
taking
pases,
this bottle
Molly.
home. You said mi casa, tu casa. Didn't you say
Yeah,
that?
not my belongings.
I would just like to clear the air, and I've never gotten my asshole licked. I need to set the record straight. My daughters are watching. Papá, eres cochino de madre. No soy cochino, mija. Yo no soy así, mija. Yo soy
perverso.
Sí, no, yo puro hombre aquí.
You guys, look. I mean, if you did, if you didn't, like, you know, we don't even know the details.
Have you ever got your asshole licked?
Man, I'm not into that. You
See,
know what I mean?
there you
I'm
go.
not part of this new generation.
Okay, that's good. Neither are we.
I'm more up there with y'all.
Okay.
Oh, that's good because I've never.
Anyway.
And if you ever have been, I mean, there's
there's
nothing
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Not that I'm saying there's anything wrong with it.
It's a new thing to us. That's all.
Yeah, that's fine. If that's your thing, it's fine. I haven't been that drunk yet.
P. Diddy might want to talk to you.
Hey. Hey, it is what it is, man. Y'all boys got any shout outs, man?
You know what? I want to shout out to Elm Street. Support this dude. I mean, just going through his timeline, the people that he has had. You know, this is the kind of stuff we got to support, you know. I mean, man, I wish I would have been here when you had the DOC, man. He's a legend. You know what I'm saying? It's a sad thing what happened to him, but the fact that he's still doing it, you know, that is a great thing, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And the collaborations that he had, I mean, Dre should break him off with a couple of $1 million, you know what I'm saying? So, so props to you. And to all the people out there, Stevie B hasn't been here in 15 years. I know that when we brought Aniceto Molina, I was there at the concert, but I wasn't really paying attention because I was just like in and out of the club. And then he passed away. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we're never going to see Aniceto Molina, You know,
are you trying to say Stevie D's gonna die? Stevie D's gonna
I mean, we're all gonna die.
Oh,
You're all gonna die.
You never know.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to say.
But what I'm trying to
Jenny
say is,
Rivera, you didn't know Jenny Rivera was gonna die.
so you know, the last time he was here 15 years ago. He's probably in his late 50s. You know what I'm saying? So when is he gonna be here? If you do another 15 years, he's gonna be like almost 70 years old. So this is like Spring Love. This is, you know, Because I Love You. This is, you know, Funky Melody. This guy has all the jams. And I'm not telling you that you should be here because we're doing it. I'm just telling you this is going to be a great family show. This is not going to be one of those shows where you want to take your daughter to go see Sexy Red and she's twerking. You're like, go, mija, go.
Toda embarazada.
Yeah. Toda embarazada, pero ahí anda comadre. So I would say make your plans. April 13th. There is going to be a link here in the description or in the comment where you can hit the link and buy the tickets and go. You can go to the ColwellCenter.com and you can get your tickets there.
It's Curtis Colwell Center, and he's also going to give away some tickets. So
we're gonna give away six tickets. So y'all be tuning in because I'm gonna be announcing something probably tomorrow, and then let y'all know the details on that, and then
yeah. Sure. I want to kick a big shout out to all my employees, Alivio, Number One, Metro, MRI. We're here. And then also to my family, my kids. We're here. So
I'd like to send a shout out to everybody that knows me.
Oh.
No, thank you to Elm Street for having us. It's been a pleasure being here. And it's nice, you know, that you invited us, and we look forward to the ride, seeing us all, everybody grow together, you know, and we hope to see each other on the big stage. You know, one day we're going to all be doing bigger things. That's what the common goal is. And thank you to everybody for viewing, supporting us, you know, so get ready for Spring Love 2024.
You're gonna have to say that before coming over here. It's like, man, why we gotta do this Friday, man? I got a date, man. And we're like, hey, man, bitches before hoes, carnal. You know what I'm saying? Right?
Así mero.
Bros before hoes.
Bros before. Yeah, you said it. He said it wrong. Pobrecito, ya le pegó el desmadre.
Yeah.
Me pegó el
puro tiros.
No te preocupes.
No, but definitely support this guy. He's doing the thing. He's doing his thing. And you know, I know that you guys might think, oh, you know, he's just out there doing this, that. But you don't understand the level of work that goes into putting a show like this together. You know, this guy has to think about how he's putting this together day in, day out, what his next project is going to be. So definitely support this guy because, you know what? We need people like him to keep voicing for us.
Yeah. Simon.
Hey, I appreciate y'all, man. Thanks for stopping by, man. Showing me some love, man. And hey, support the Three Amigos Entertainment Company, man, because they're doing big things. And watch out, man. They're gonna be bringing an event to your city near you pretty soon, man. So keep your eyes peeled, man. And hey, thank you again for stopping by, coming through, man. And like I said, you're always welcome here. You know, let me know my platform's open for y'all guys, man.
Go Cowboys.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's converted. I forgot. Yeah, no more Chi-Town. But yeah, man. Spring Love 2024 is going down. Make sure to get your tickets, and we're gonna be giving away some tickets, man. So that's what we got for tonight, man. And like I said, man, keep your ears to the streets, and I'll catch you on the blog, man. It's your boy Money Elms, man, and we out. Peace.